Hey everyone, this is John from Living X 29 Church, and today I'll be reading Judges 21 for the word to you in 22. Let's begin. The men of Israel had taken an oath at Mizpah, not one of us will give his daughter in marriage to a Benjamite. The people went to Bethel, where they sat before God until evening, raising their voices and weeping bitterly. O Lord, the God of Israel, they cried, why has this happened to Israel? Why should one tribe be missing from Israel today? Early the next day, the people built an altar and presented burnt offerings and fellowship offerings. Then the Israelites asked, who from all tribes of Israel has failed to assemble before the Lord? For they had taken a solemn oath that everyone who failed to assemble before the Lord at Mizpah should sincerely be put to death. Now the Israelites grieved for their brothers, the Benjamites. Today one tribe is cut off from Israel. They said, how can we provide wives for those who are left, since we have taken an oath by the Lord not to give them any of our daughters in marriage? Then they asked, which one of the tribes of Israel failed to assemble before the Lord at Mizpah? They discovered that no one from Jabesh Gilead had come to the camp for assembly. For when they counted the people, they found that none of the people of Jabesh Gilead were there. So the assembly sent 12,000 fighting men with instructions to go to Jabesh Gilead and put to the sword those lives there, including the women and children. This is what you are to do, they said. Kill every male and every woman who is not a virgin. They found among the people living in Jabesh Gilead 400 young women who had never slept with a man, and they took them to the camp of Shiloh in Canaan. Then the whole assembly sent a rock of Roman. So the Benjamites, women, and Jabesh Gilead, who had been spared, but there were not enough for all of them. The people grieved for Benjamin, because the Lord had a gap in the tribes of Israel, and the elders of the assembly said with the woman of Benjamin destroyed, how shall we provide wives for the men who are left? The Benjamite survivors must have heirs, they said, so that a tribe of Israel will not be wiped out. We can give them our daughters as wives, since we Israelites have taken this oath. Cursed be anyone who gives a wife to a Benjamite. But look, there is an annual festival of the Lord in Shiloh, to the north of Bethel and east of the road that goes from Bethel to Shishim, and to the south of Lebanon. So they instructed the Benjamites, saying, go and hide in the vineyards and watch. When the girls of Shiloh come out to join in the dancing, then rush from the vineyard, and each of you seize a woman from the girls of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin. When their fathers and daughters complain to us, we will say to them, do us a kindness by helping them, because we did not get wives from them during the war. And you are innocent, since you did not give your daughters to them. So that is what the Benjamites did. While the girls were dancing, each man caught one and carried her off to be his wife. Then they returned to their inheritance and rebuilt the towns and settled in them. At that time the Israelites left that place and went home to their tribes and clans, each to own his own inheritance. In those days, Israel had no king. Everyone did as he saw fit. Thank you for joining me today. Come back tomorrow for Ruth 1.